Hello and welcome to iQUANTA's YouTube channel, where we are dedicated towards ensuring that you are able to get into your dream B school. And to that effect, we keep on bringing a lot of high quality sessions to help you prepare holistically. Now tell me something. In order to make it to your dream B school, what plays the biggest role? Your CAT score? The interview? Your academic background? What? If you're not very sure of it, keep watching and I'd go ahead and talk about it. My name is Vikrant. I am your personal coach for all things related to VARC, communication skills and CAT strategy. And this session is about building the best profile for CAT 25 so that you are able to get into your dream B school as well. So let's go ahead and start. So how many people are going to appear for the CAT exam? Well, last year the number was 3.28 lakhs. This year, the official numbers are not out, but I expect it to be somewhere around 3.8 lakhs. And how many seats do we have in IIMs? Well, we have around 5,100 seats now. When you apply to the CAT exam, you are going to be one of those 3.8 lakhs. But by the time the process is over, you want to be among one of these 5,100. So you need to do things, take actions that help you stand out, that help you outperform and outshine your competition. And that process starts today. So in that process, profile plays a huge role. So a lot of people who prepare for the CAT exam, they remain laser focused on the CAT. The CAT, no doubt, is an important step in the process, but that by no means is the only thing. A great CAT score can mean that you get an interview call, but if you add that with a great profile, it increases your probability of getting into that college manifold, and that's what you want. So let's look at some of those basics. You want to get into the college is looking for some ideal candidates. So what exactly it is that a college wants from you? If we look at it from the point of view of the college, the POV of the college, they want somebody who can be an excellent student. After all, you are going to study there for 2 years. So if you're somebody who imbibes knowledge like a sponge, they'd love you. But then besides, they'd also want somebody who can be turned into an excellent manager. And let's not forget, 2 years from now, they are going to ensure that you also get placed. So if you are somebody who's already very attractive for the recruiters, you're making the life of the college easy. So throughout the selection process, they aim at finding out these things. Your good performance in the CAT definitely helps them see that, hey, you are a good student and you also happen to have the relevant aptitude. But then all of those other things apart from the CAT can help you outshine others in this second and the third bullet point. So let's look at the selection criteria. What are the kind of things that the colleges pay attention to? So one very obvious thing is your CAT score, but beyond that, they look at your academic performance, your marks in 10th, 12th, graduation. So if you are in college still, chances are that you are probably in the second year, the third year. Whenever you hear this, if you are in college, please make sure that you go all out in getting as many marks as possible from your college exams, because they do matter. Okay, and then work experience. So that's something that can give you some extra weightage, extra marks in the selection process. Then academic diversity. It's basically, if you're a non-engineer, they give you some extra marks. The farther away you are from engineering, they somehow become more and more interested in you. But then that's a moot point at this juncture. You are obviously not going to change your academic stream. And then they may also give you marks for gender diversity. And this is even out of the equation. I don't think any of us is going to opt for a sex change operation in order to get some more marks in the exam. So yeah, they look at these things, but they are moot points at this moment. But then once you're shortlisted for the subsequent rounds, they put you through analytical writing test or a written ability test or an extempore or a micro presentation, whatever. Those are things that get some weightage. So you would want to work on those aspects. And then a huge chunk of weightage is given to the interview. So all of these things, when you look at right from CAT to maybe even AWT, VAT, gender, that's your profile. And the profile eventually helps you perform better in the interviews, and that is why it matters. So there are certain things that you can engage in. They may not get marks directly, but by working on those things, you can ensure that your performance in the interview is becoming superlative. So yes, focus on the CAT score. Yes, focus on academic performance. If you are a graduate, then yes, working is going to be more valuable than not working and preparing full time. But then there are a lot of other things that you can do that will enhance your probability of getting great scores in the interview. So let's talk about those aspects of your profile. So for those of you who are still in college, these are the qualities that you're trying to show through every activity, every action that you take. These are the kind of things that show the college that, hey, you are an excellent manager material. These qualities, if you have them, that proves to them that, hey, you are going to be attractive to the recruiters further up. So what can you do to show these things? Well, let's talk about it then. You can get involved with co-curricular activities. So these are things that you do at your college that are somehow connected to your curriculum. For example, say you are a commerce student, then participating in a business plan competition or a case study competition, co-curricular. Hey, writing a research paper based on what has been taught to you in college, irrespective of your stream, that is co-curricular. Let us say you are an engineer, then participating in a technical paper presentation or a robotics competition, that's co-curricular for you. Let's say you are a BA English honors student. Now, if you go on to become a part of the editorial board of your college magazine, then that's co-curricular for you. For non-literature background people, that will of course not be a co-curricular activity. That'll be extracurricular, but then so you get the drift. So look at the kind of things that are happening around you and participate in those co-curricular activities so that you have more things to talk about in the interviews, more examples to share in order to prove that, hey, I have this quality, I've shown it here, I've displayed it in this particular activity. Moreover, they may also help the college see that, hey, you are an excellent student. You look at not just the theory, but also on the application side of the things. Then you can also get involved with the extracurricular activities. These are again things that happen within the college, but these things are not connected to your curriculum. So I think two most popular examples are debating society and dramatics club. But then your college may have dance groups. You can get into one. Maybe your college has different publications that you can contribute to, or your college happens to have a photography club, a book club, a poetry club, whatever, even sports. So these kind of things can once again give you more opportunities to show your profile, show your abilities and your qualities. And well, of course, in the college, if there are co-curricular and extracurricular activities happening, there has to be a body that is organizing it. So how about getting involved with those organizational teams in positions of responsibilities? Think of all those clubs. So you have college council, you have clubs, you have a lot of different committees, you have at times there are these organizing teams which are built with an express purpose of taking care of a particular event. So whenever a position of responsibility opens up at any of these, make sure that you are the first one to put your name in the hat and try to convince them for taking you in. So that's about people who are still in college. Maybe you are somebody who's not in college and you're wondering, what do I do now? Or see, even if you're in college, those four walls, does your life happen only between those four walls? No, you also have life outside of those four walls. And outside of those four walls, even in your life, you can engage in extramural activities. These are things that you do engage in outside of your college, or for that matter, outside of your workplace if you're working. So look around and you'd notice that there are a lot of clubs, Lions Club, Rotaract, plenty of other things. There can be these opportunities of being a volunteer at a lot of non-profits around you. So explore these options, get involved in those options, see if you can get to learn certain things by contributing to them, by taking up positions of responsibilities. So all those things will eventually make you better and more attractive too. Additionally, once again for students, you can also take a shot at internships and projects, particularly in those areas that are consistent with your long-term career objective. Now, how do you get those internships? Well, the first thing is you need to learn to tap your network. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, reach out to them and then see if they can give you some leads, some connections. And if not that, then thankfully we live in this connected world where you have a lot of platforms which are dedicated to connecting students with the right kind of internships. So some of the top few are Internshala, Let's Intern, Hello Intern, LinkedIn. If you don't have a profile on LinkedIn, I think that's the first thing that you should go ahead and do. Make a nice profile and then you can check this website called Indeed and 2019. So start visiting these things here, and in case you realize that you don't have a vast wide network, make sure that you start cultivating that too. Okay, that's going to be valuable moving forward. In some of the business areas, your network is basically your net worth. So take that seriously if you haven't so far. And beyond that, of course, you can start working, but it is an option only if you are a graduate. So see, when I say work experience does get some weightage, the IIMs happen to have a very clear-cut definition. An activity and engagement will be considered work experience if it meets these three criteria. Which three criteria? It should be after graduation, full-time, and paid. If you're missing out on even one of these things, they won't consider it work experience. But if you're a graduate and you are pondering, hey, should I prepare for CAT full-time or should I take up a job alongside? My vote will always be to work. Take a job. Okay? But then, some of you have family businesses. So can you get involved with your family business? Absolutely yes. But once again, make sure that there is a paper trail proving that you were paid. So after graduation, full-time, paid. Then you'll be able to talk about it as work experience. Now, let us say you're still in graduation and you have a family business. How about spending some time there, learning the ropes, contributing to the business meaningfully? You don't have a family business, it's okay. You can always approach others for a part-time job and learn through that. Additionally, you can go ahead and complete some certificate courses. Once again, the ones which are preferably connected to your long-term career goal. So you can visit Coursera and you'd find a lot of courses that tie in with you. Let's say you want to get into sales and marketing. There are some very interesting courses available on HubSpot. You want to get into finance. National Stock Exchange offers some certificates which are very useful, which can at least add value to your candidature. And even otherwise, you can of course look at places like Coursera and Udemy, and even the IIMs nowadays offer certain certificate programs. If you're interested, you can perhaps go ahead and finish those. So getting into the certificate courses, or maybe learning a new language, perhaps cultivating a hobby. So all of these things allow you to show more qualities, build more qualities, and become more engaging, more exciting during that interview, and that allows you to maximize the score from the interview. And in general, you'd also feel a lot more confident when you eventually appear for those interviews. So engaging in all of these activities, so looking at your profile holistically and then actively participating in co-curriculars, extracurriculars, extramurals, positions of responsibility, and whatever you have here. Now, these things may not technically count as work experience, but they still help you learn certain things and talk about it. So go ahead and engage in these things. And if you do that, you'd be able to transform yourself into a very attractive proposition for the colleges, and that will allow you to stand out from the competition. So do these things, and I'm sure you and I will be able to meet when you are at the top of your career goal, your career accomplishment. So I'll see you at the top. That's it from me today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll meet you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay focused. It goes without saying, stay in touch.